Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are taking a look at an unlimited forest deck. If you did watch my previous rotation forest deck, you will know that this is coming up because, of course, I don't have a lot of time to make these videos, so I'm trying to pump out as much content as I can to be ahead before the next expansion, since I've got such a busy lead up to that expansion with just personal stuff. So I wanted to get these videos done for you guys, so at least we'd have content every single day. But kicking this off with the unlimited Roach Forest, of course, still a good deck, probably always going to be a good deck. It'll be interesting to see what they get given as far as cards go, but overall I'm always pretty happy to at least play this deck in unlimited if I'm looking for really quick wins or I'm just looking to bait out the opponent so that I can quickly get my missions over. That's why I recommend this deck. Otherwise, if you're looking to have fun, I usually don't recommend it because I find it absolutely boring to play Roach as it is. It's usually only good if we have a forest mission that I need to do, since I don't play a lot of forest, and in this case I did happen to have a forest one, so I thought why not do a video with my missions as well, which is always good. So let's get right into it and take a look. So kicking off game 1 against the Bloodcraft, actually usually not the best thing to go up against. I usually find myself struggling a little bit. But you might see that we actually had some reasonable fortune. So we've actually got a really good opener here as far as hands go. We don't have anything for turn 1 of course, but turn 2 is already open for us for Whirlwind into Fairy Torrent. While it's not super valuable, getting an extra return in that early stage is always good. Plus we can go with Whirlwind into Guard or Dragon Crawl next turn, which again be really beneficial. I do lean towards Guard mostly because 1, it's a ward, and 2, it gives us a draw, which are both more positive effects than Dungeon Crawl Fairy gives us, since they are equivalently the same card base effect. It's just the gold, of course, having more value with its extra effects. So a little bit more on the return front. Unfortunately, not quite enough to play a Roach and return again. If our opponent would have actually played a follower, Airbound could have possibly been a good option. And they finally did play a follower. So now's a good chance for our Roach to be bounced with Airbound. And a nice little Evo setup, getting us ready, since we don't need to waste a bounce card on this one. So that can give us lethal next turn, provided our opponent doesn't ward us or block us out. And Vera definitely is going to block us out, so we do have to deal with that first. That doesn't necessarily mean all is lost though. We're in at least with a little shot, I think. Okay, so trying to find a way around this. Fairy Refuge, okay. That didn't end up needing to matter because they conceded, realizing that they probably weren't going to have a fun time next turn. So concedes against this deck do happen more often than not, especially once you get to turn 6. If you've had a good Roach setup, your opponent usually will concede very, very quickly. My guess is they assumed I was going to be able to kill off their follower and play 3 Roaches, which if I could have got another Roach would have been possible, but at that point I probably would have just set up against them as much as I could, and probably went for the Fairy Refuge or something to just kind of stop them from playing anything. So our first here, again, Fairy Torrent early play, always good. Love using it like that. Especially when it sets up for a good turn 3. So we're on a very good path here at the beginning again. It'd be nice if we could get another Roach. But that unfortunately isn't always quite so lucky. Either way though, the Roach play, plus a Pixie Mischief, trying to get rid of the 2-3, which we did. So I can at least try and go face for a little bit of damage to make our life a little easier on the Roaches. Just in case I have to resort to just 2 Roaches for lethal. Although I probably should have got rid of Snow White there. At least we can kind of block it out again this turn if we want. I believe this sets up our Roach again. So now all we need to do is have another return and another Roach, and we'd be pretty set. But of course our opponent doesn't know what we have, so we're not really in any big danger. I set up the Spring Dragon protection because I want to potentially get some more value out of my attack plays. Plus we do free up 2 slots here anyway, so it's not too big a worry. So a nice attack setup there. We do need to remove both of these if possible, which Predatory Might does make fairly easy. And we go for the minor attack, and then we have Roach and Nature's Guidance, so I think we're very close to this point having a lethal. Although this ward is definitely going to pose a problem, so we do need to try and get another card that we can deal with that with first. Oh, another's Nature's Guidance. Okay. This is interesting. So I decided to bounce back so I can go for as many draws as we can get. I managed to get Airbound Barrage, which is actually perfect. That does manage to remove the 5/3. Luckily for us, with the 7 Roach, plus the return with Nature's Guidance and another Roach play, plus a spare Evo point, we have lethal for exactly 17. That's why those little extra damage chips did work out in our favour and managed to give us that win. So overall, if someone came to me and asked what should I use to clear missions quickly, I would definitely recommend using Roach Forest in Unlimited. It's definitely very good. If I was asked if you want to have fun, I would also say probably not Roach Forest. I would probably say Blood, honestly. But this deck, reasonably solid. Lots of low cost cards. Only 1 legendary set there. And everything else is reasonably cheap to make. So a pretty nice budgety deck, if I do say so. So if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. You'll find the deck list in the description below. Until next time, guys, see ya.